Hi guys and welcome to RitchMens Media. So we've got a podcast / discussion today. But before we start, I'm just going to introduce my lovely friends. On my left I've got
Nah, baby.
and
Richie.
and obviously I'm Yvonne. So today it will be a discussion about African household, especially how African parents treat children. So to start off, I want us to discuss the difference between the treatments of how African parents treat males compared to females.
So basically the role of,
roles.
of a young male
Yeah.
in the house.
Yeah, so when it comes to what I've realized in most African households is that the parents tend to focus more on the lady and leave the men. So they let the females do most of the house chores, and the guys would just be guys, just sitting around.
Okay, so first and foremost, they don't leave the guys out when it comes to household chores. It's a divided work, so they share it amongst us. Maybe the cooking will go to the females, then the maybe washing and pounding of fufu. In Ghana, yeah, we pound fufu. So the pounding of fufu will go to the guys.
Guys wash clothes.
Yeah, you wash your clothes. That one, everyone wash their clothes. That one,
Not all the
yes.
time.
Everyone wash their clothes.
When I lived in Ghana,
Yeah.
most guys, what I witnessed was the women on Saturdays would be sitting like they were grouping it, put the bucket, and I see one man just walking through dash their things there for the ladies to wash. I never seen a man wash clothes in Ghana.
Even if
Never.
even if we don't, let's bring it back to England here, whereas where there's no hand washing and pounding of fufu, majority of the homes the guys tend to do nothing because there's this theory that us women will get married in the future and then we're gonna have to do everything by ourselves. So they use that as an excuse to actually train. They say train so that when you grow you become better at it, but everything. But to be fair, I feel like it's still not fair because as the world is evolving, everything is becoming like, women are working as well, men are working as well. So it's not fair for us to do all the job and us to learn everything and then leave the man out, because at the end of the day, if I grow up and I go to work and I come back, at some point or sometimes I expect my man to be able to cook and clean the house, not just leave everything for me. And then most of the times when they don't learn, because they have all females to do everything for them, when they grow they can't do anything. What
our parents don't realize is that they are grooming these men to be very disrespectful
and lazy.
If there's a guy who hasn't been brought up to cook, to clean, and expect women to do these sort of things, when they meet a girl that doesn't accept these things, they tend to abuse it. And if they do meet someone eventually that's willing to cook, clean, again they abuse that aspect as well, because they leave everything on the girl.
When they take out the trousers and the boxes, they just dash it everywhere they want to, because they haven't been trained to actually fold your boxes and then put them in the dirty laundry.
Well, I'll stop you there. That's not abuse. It's a responsibility. It's a shared responsibility. Well, you have yours, I have mine. So I don't know why you term it as abuse.
Yeah, but we're talking about
what do you mean by abuse?
We're talking about the guys that don't know how to do it, that were not groomed to actually do these kind of stuff. When they get to that point, they take out their dirty socks and they just chuck it everywhere they want to, because they expect the woman to actually put it in the right place.
That's why I quoted it. Guys who were not brought up.
Yeah.
Most African parents bring their children up in a way that when they grow up, they can do certain things that if they are alone, they can. Like, I don't know, but
not all the time.
Not with the
with my parents, we don't have any sister, so we do everything on our own. We wash on our own. We clean the house on our own. Mm-hmm. Even cooking, I decided not to learn how to cook certain foods. I don't know, because I believe a woman can cook better than me. So maybe when I get married, my wife can cook better food than me. That's why I don't want to.
If you're unlucky.
Well, that's why I'll study and stay on the ground and look for a woman who can actually cook for me.
But what's wrong with you learning how to cook?
There's no problem. I want to learn how to cook, but not every food. banku, how to write banku. It's too difficult.
So, for instance, let's say, God forbid, your wife is ill and she's like, I want some bangkun. Now, what are you going to do?
Well, actually, I know how to do it, but
You just said you don't know how to do it.
I said I didn't want to learn. I don't want to learn, but
Are you sure
see,
you know how to
you
do
see,
it?
you know, I can mix the condo and I can mix the, how do you call it? I don't even know the name, but yeah, the cassava dough and the cassava dough and the condo. I can mix them. And I know how I can actually write
No,
them.
I'm
but
talking about the foods that you intentionally didn't learn how to cook. For this is
Okay,
learning how to do certain chores is just respect for both parties as well.
Let me correct myself there. Okay, I didn't learn how to cook. I know how to cook, but I didn't perfect how to cook.
Okay.
Are you sure about
So
that?
And
that's
I'm
the
saying
difference.
when
So
you
let's
get
say, for example, your wife wants to eat. She's actually ill and she wants to eat fufu and light soup. Would you be able to make that for her?
Fufu. Oh, I know how to. Well, I know how to.
no,
Prepare soup.
I asked you a question previously
Sure.
that are you willing to learn, and you said no. And I'm saying now that you're not willing to learn because you said your wife cooks better than you. If you're in a case where you're not willing to learn and she wants a certain kind of food, now you don't know how to cook it.
That's why I just corrected myself. I know how to do, but I've not perfected myself. I'm not
I'm
willing
saying
to
if your
perfect
wife is
myself.
willing to teach you,
You're
why
not
you
willing
not?
to
Why
perfect
Well,
yourself.
if she's willing to teach me, it's on my side to also be willing to learn.
Yeah, and I'm saying why don't you want to learn? Because like I said, things can happen in like unforeseen circumstances can happen. In that case, what are you gonna do? It's best to learn.
Well, it's great. It's great to ask that question. In Ghana, when I was in Ghana, I wasn't ready to learn. But when I came here, I realized you have to learn. Yeah, so now I've changed my mind and I want to learn.
Thank you. That's all. That's
all we're
literally
looking
it.
But still,
for.
if the woman is around, I don't know why I should go to the kitchen and go and cook.
Well,
Unless-
once in a
unless-
what's wrong with
while-
that?
No.
Once in a while,
Unless maybe she's sick, she's pregnant, or she's very busy
Sir,
or
you're
tight.
digging yourself in a hole.
No,
Once in a while,
no.
just be a gentleman and just get into the kitchen.
You do realize she's not just cooking for herself.
Yeah,
She's
just
cooking
treat
for you too.
yourself.
Because-
Treat your
because
wife.
I like her to cook. I like her food more than I like mine.
Okay,
You
so
get me?
You know
so
what?
wouldn't you be actually happy with yourself to come back and be like, oh babe, you're really tired today. You know what? Just relax. Let me do the cooking today. Wouldn't you feel any proudness or anything?
Exactly. You just said you are really tired today, so there's a condition. There's an if.
What
Why
if
does-
she's
why
not
is there
tired?
no
You just want to treat
Listen,
her.
There's different stages in cooking. If
You
you,
just
can't
wanna
make
treat
it, you
her.
can cut something. You can do this. You can, and also cooking can be a really good
Well,
time to bond as well
I
with
have
your
no
wife.
problem. I have no problem with her accent. I have no problem. I
No,
can
she
tell.
doesn't
No,
have
she
to
doesn't
ask.
have to ask though.
She doesn't have to ask.
So as a man, as my husband, I would expect you one time, not all the time, like once in a blue moon, just come and be like, babe, you know what? Let me treat you. Sit back and just relax. Let me go in the kitchen, cook for me, and then you just serve me on the table, just like how I serve you.
To be fair, with me, if you're home and I'm cooking and you're not doing anything, like cooking is like a kind of way of bonding together. I'm not saying come and cook the whole food, but you can come and like chill, like do something, like cut something. It can make the process faster as well.
Nah, I don't like that, because when I'm cooking and you're around me, I get irritated,
some
because then
people don't like that.
you be in my
Exactly.
way.
No,
but
if
what
I
I'm
don't
talking
mind
about,
it, that's not an issue.
So that's when in marriage there's communication.
Yeah.
What you like, what you don't like, you have to communicate with your partner before you move
yeah,
on.
and if you both
Some-
can compromise, then great. If not,
Some women don't like that.
mhm.
Some women do. So
Yeah.
communication is the key. Exactly, just that.
Yeah.
okay, I have a question.
Okay.
Would you guys go 50-50 with house chores once you get married? I know it's a bit off the topic. We're talking about African parents, but now I'm just curious, like, would you go half
I'll do
half?
100. There's nothing like 50-50. It's 100. We're both putting in effort, and I believe in people taking on roles they can do. So if like what I was saying, or what I was thinking, that we all know the chores in the house. You as a man, you can pick what you want to do. If you want to do the Hoover, you can pick the list of things that you want. I'll pick the ones that I'm good at. There's no specific time as to when it needs to be completed, but at least if you know what you're doing, you're good. Do you know what I mean? If I know that I'm hoovering and it's dirty, like during the week, I'll just get up and do it because I know it's part of my role. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it can't be 50-50 because regardless, sometimes some chores are more difficult than other chores. So we can't really put numbers on it. I just feel like
Which
it should be
are-
100.
Which kind of chores do you think is
So let me
much
come in here.
more-
That's where it takes us to the first question: shared responsibility. As you said,
Yeah.
maybe the man, the husband will do the Hoover. We use the Hoover to clean the room. Then you maybe do the kitchen, the food, the utensils. The husband will also clean the hall. Maybe lay the bed. That's why I said there are jobs for the women. There are jobs for the men. Unless maybe the woman is tight that the husband can help, or the husband is tight that the woman can help.
What
To
do
be
you
honest,
classify as a role,
it's
a
not-
men's role and a woman's role?
Yeah.
Exactly. If for instance we are married, we are in the same house.
No. What do you
We
classify?
are not tight. I want to cite an example.
Mhm.
We are not tight. We are not busy. We are just around. Who is supposed to go to the kitchen and go and cook?
Supposed
There's
to.
no
Yeah.
supposedly
There's nothing
here.
like I'm
There's nothing like
supposed
supposed to
to.
here.
That's the African mentality. That is, we've grown up with. A woman is supposed to
And
cook.
there's no problem with that.
There is
Listen,
no problem with
there's
that,
no
but you
problem
don't
there-
don't put it as a tag on me
Listen,
like
it's not
you're
all
supposed
women.
to do it.
That's what you need to understand. You can't put that role on every woman. There are women that really enjoy cooking, and they really enjoy cooking for their man, and they even see it as their roles. Those are those women, but you can't put that classification
Here
on
in
all
England,
women.
you actually get beat up for that because you can't just
You
come up
can't
and
tell
be
me
like, you
it's my
can't just up
role.
and be like,
But
babe,
like you
is your
mentioned,
role.
it's a shared responsibility. So if you do get a girl that's willing to cook for you, and you see doing other chores, like, you can share it.
That's why in the
But-
first place you'll be looking for a woman who is ready to do that.
It's not ready. A woman who matches you. It's not just
No
because
way.
you don't cook for a man doesn't
Yeah.
mean you're not ready to get
No,
married.
no. If she matches me, it means she's ready to do what I want.
And guess what?
Are
They
you
will still cook for you
sure?
and you still cheat. Chill.
No. Don't bring that there.
I feel like
That's
you're
different.
diverted.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
okay,
different.
okay,
That's
okay.
different. Cheating is
Let's
different from the
go back.
responsibility.
Let's go back
Sorry,
to our
I
topic.
just had
please.
to.
Let's
put
go
that
back to our
in.
topic. So, I think we don't have a lot of time. So let's go back to our parents. The African treatment in the home.
I do love how you went silent there, though. That's another day for another topic.
Okay, so we're going back to our topic, which is like the African parents, how they treat us basically.
I think they forget that their sons will move out of their house and they will need to survive as well. If you don't teach your son how to clean, how to cook, and all these things, and you keep saying it's
The
females'
room
chores,
stinks.
when they go to uni, are you going to be cooking for them? To be honest, I've seen parents cooking for their sons at uni. It's no
sad.
surprise.
It's just sad.
There's just this obsession with African women and their sons.
mama's
You see,
boys.
let me be clear here. I'm not supporting the motive that you shouldn't learn anything.
Yeah.
You have to learn,
Yeah.
but not to the extent that if you want to learn everything, fine. It's good, yeah, because you definitely, as you said, you definitely go and live on your own. You have to cook. You have to clean your room on your own. You have to do everything. But when you marry, you can do it.
So
But
I've got a question.
to me, in Africa, in Ghana, I know it's
You're saying it's a
job.
choice.
Yeah, it's a choice.
It's they're saying
It's a
a
personal
man's choice
It's a man's
to
choice.
choose to cook.
Exactly. That's
And it's
what I
a
want to say.
female's responsibility
To cook.
in Ghana.
Exactly. That's
Okay.
all.
Okay, so I've got a question. So say, for example, you meet someone and you fall in love with the person, you want to start a life and everything, but then along the road, you realize she doesn't know how to do absolutely anything. Would that put you off? Or would you still go ahead with the marriage and teach her what you know?
Well, if I know something, I'll teach, but it was very, very difficult. Seriously.
Why would it be difficult? Because you're already trained, you're already brought up well enough to actually,
That's why I said
put yourself
if
together
I
and
know
everything.
how to do everything, fine, I can teach her. I have
Okay,
no
so the
problem
little
with
To be
you know
honest,
now,
there's-
would you teach her?
Sure. If that's why he said love. That's why he said love.
But then you said it's a woman's responsibility to learn.
To be honest,
to know
there's
how
a
to
lot.
cook.
There's a lot of thanks to social media. There's a lot of pages. You can go on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. There's a lot of pages that teaches you how to cook. We've got white people now learning how to cook Ghanaian food, so it's easily accessible. That's why I'm saying your point of I'm just gonna let my wife cook because she cooks it better. It's a bit like well, you can actually learn.
Or you can actually learn from
Yeah.
her as well.
You can learn from
you know,
her.
you can learn her
There's so
tricks and
many
everything.
pages that you can learn how to cook. And also, in what I've realized is with African parents, especially, is especially when they give birth, they majority of the time taking care of their child, doing the most because their man is like, oh, I'm going to work. Meanwhile, they're also working. Bear in mind, they will go to work, come back, look after the children, cook, clean,
Do everything.
do
basically.
everything, like you said, because our parents right now have adopted.
No, you said like
that-
I said. I didn't say that.
No,
Wait.
but I'm saying our parents have, because they lived in Ghana, they've adopted the mindset that it is their responsibility to do everything, especially the women, to do everything concerning the house, and the man will just bring in the money. Bear in mind, they also bring in the money as well. So they will look after the child, bath them, do whatever is necessary, and then come back, cook, clean. But yeah, they'll do all of this, come back, and you're still expecting your wife, like, cooking. Come on. All you
At
need to
some
do
point, you
is
need to
assist.
ease,
And you know, when two
especially
people...
when there's kids as well.
Yeah.
See, my stance is I don't have any problem assisting. I don't have any problem. If you've given birth, you have a baby you have to take care of. When
It's
you
our baby, not her baby.
I didn't say her. You have a baby you have to take care of.
Yeah.
It's our baby. Fine. So we've all gone to work. We are back home.
Mm.
So when you come back home, I'll take care of the baby. Then you cook. For the cooking, I don't have any problem with sharing any responsibility aside the cooking.
Just because you don't know how to cook.
Just
Because you're not good at cooking.
No,
Just
no.
because, yeah,
He
just
sees
because,
it as a woman's
just
responsibility.
because the woman's food is tastes better than the man's food.
So that
That's
she's better. She's a better cook.
Like my mom, I can learn exactly the recipe she uses to cook, but if I do it, it won't taste exactly like hers.
Well, with my issue, it's not about you necessarily cooking for me. It's you assisting in the cooking process to make things faster. Like you said, not every girl likes the idea of having two people in the kitchen. But I see as you come in, just makes everything faster. You can be cutting up the onions and stuff. The earlier we finish, the better. Then we can, do other stuff.
Well,
Yeah,
I
it just
understand
makes
you.
things better.
I get you. Assistant is fine,
Yeah,
but that's communication.
thank you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, back.
But our parents do need to do better when it comes to men.
Some parents actually do, but some parents are actually very, very strict when it comes to men. My mom, for example, she would split the chores. She would tell my sister to do clean the bathroom on a Wednesday, and then my brother will do it on a Saturday. They will do it whether you like it or not. So every Saturday, my sister, whilst my sister is not cleaning the bathroom, she's helping in the kitchen. And on Wednesdays, if my brother is not cleaning the bathroom, he's helping in the kitchen.
See, that is a very good...
Everybody
thing.
knows how to do. My sister now lives with my dad. My dad goes to work. He when he comes back from work, he's tired. My sister can literally take care of the house and everything, and she's only 15. My brother is at home. Currently, my mom is in the UK as well. He's at home by himself, and he's coping well. He's doing everything he can. So some mothers are actually very, very good when it comes to
I
these
won't
things.
lie, mine was the totally opposite.
Really?
Like, if it's been like... I always got the whole thing that I'm... Esinkai, what's that word?
Yeah.
Because I used to be so angry. Like, you'll be doing every chore, and when...
It's not a same kind.
Esinkai,
Yeah.
sorry. Esinkai, like my parent, like, I'll be doing
Favoritism.
yeah, I'll be doing the chores and stuff. Like, and one day...
No, always complaining when someone is
the
not
one
doing
time
something.
I would tell my brother to like go pick up the bin, my mom would be like, "Oh, you're the female. Like I shouldn't be like fighting over the bin with my brother."
And
I'm like,
one thing is you don't have to blame your mother too much. That's how
I'm
she
not
was
blaming him.
That's how
I'm
she
not
was
blaming
brought
her.
up.
Sorry, that's how she was brought.
Yeah.
That's when we're doing this podcast to bring more awareness that that shouldn't be
Some
the
mothers
case.
actually, if they are in the kitchen, they don't want any guy around.
Yeah. And I'm saying,
Even to touch anything, no. My mom, for
That
instance,
idea
it was just recently that she actually made us do something in the kitchen. We didn't do anything apart from pounding fufu, then washing utensils.
But do you think that's good? Would you bring your children up like that?
Would I bring my children? It depends. I didn't have any sister, so my mom actually. But we are fine.
No.
We didn't do anything.
No.
Are you-
See,
no,
okay,
Like,
If you had a baby, like a female baby and a boy baby, are you going to bring yourself up? Are you going to bring them
no,
up?
with
like
this
the
modern
parents
world, no. I'll teach them everything. With this modern world, I'll teach them. But my mom didn't teach us, but we were able to learn. I don't know. I didn't know how to wash before I went to senior high school, but I washed totally fine.
At some point in life, even if you don't want to do it, you're gonna have to do it, and you're gonna have to learn.
From infancy to JHS3, I never washed.
But do you think it's fair that your female daughter will be doing everything while your male son is just chilling?
Okay, it's not fair.
And
But
imagine someone, a male, coming to marry your daughter, not knowing anything, and your daughter will be the one doing everything in the house.
That's why I say shared responsibility. This modern world, you can't just leave everything for the lady.
But over here in the UK, it's actually different though compared to Ghana. Because, for example, if you go to Ghana right now and you don't know how to do anything, if you go to boarding school, you're gonna have to learn to hand wash your stuff. But over here, we've got things very easily accessible.
Uni wives.
You've got things easily accessible, so you can go to the laundry bit and then just wash your clothes.
Yeah, even that is so basic, but still, some
people
guys
still
don't even know how to do it because
some
they've been
people
pampered.
would not do anything at all. Like, even if you can't cook, you can just order food. But whereas in Ghana, if you're there, or in Africa, let me put it like that, if you're there, you're gonna have you're forced to cook at some point, because if you're not, you'll starve.
Listen,
if you're in school, you'll starve.
And some boys like when you go to uni accommodation and you enter some guy's room,
even from the corridor,
the state of that room and the kitchen is disgusting.
Even the girls,
it's like they were brought up.
I'm sorry, but this one we cannot just blame it on the guys. The girls, you need to be ashamed of yourself, because I'm seeing.
That's why you just use the term laziness. You're just lazy.
No, this is beyond.
They have no. It's like they weren't brought up like.
To the point where there's maggots in your kitchen and microwave. What is wrong with you? Like, are you
it's
okay?
Actually disgusting.
That's
the
nuts.
funny thing
That's
is,
nuts.
when you're home, you don't do this at home. But when you're in uni and everything, when you're in school, I'm sorry, I didn't even hear it. No, when you're at home, I bet you they don't do that at home. But once they go into uni, they feel like they're free to do whatever they want.
It's not even comfortable. Like, if you're comfortable, you're
smell.
peaceful. Everything's peace. You can't get too comfortable.
I actually saw this online. I think it was on TikTok or something. And then there was maggots everywhere, guys. Maggots everywhere. Like,
but we can look at it from the other perspective of, let's say, if there's a female that's always been doing chores and like parents getting onto her to do everything, and then they go to uni, they might have that freedom.
Exactly.
Yeah?
That's
So,
what I said.
and in
Sometimes
that, it can affect their mental state as well. So, sometimes you can be like down. Like your surroundings can tell you how you actually feel on the inside. So these things can actually cause trauma as well. I think they don't realize that.
Yeah, but those in uni, please do better, because
like
this is rubbish.
Shared responsibility.
Because maybe if I'm in the house, my room is dirty, my mom will come. Maybe your room is dirty, she will let you clean the room. Mm-hmm. But when you're outside, because, as you said, the freedom. Yeah, because of the freedom, you just wake up. Sometimes you don't even brush your teeth. You just go out. In university life, you just go out. You don't do anything. But when your mom is around, she will lead you, she will guide you, she will actually direct you to do everything you want to do. So that's why I said it's laziness. Because some guys know how to do everything, but because they have the freedom from their parents, when they go out, they just do whatever they like.
So are we agreeing on it's not 50-50? It's more of a shared responsibility.
Yeah, it's a shared responsibility for that
and
one.
I agree.
I agree.
You need to come to an agreement and have communication with your
Well,
partner.
I wouldn't how do I put it? I wouldn't go to my husband and be like, babe, let's share responsibility.
No, not that.
I would rather he comes to me and be like, babe, you know what? Or it's just common sense. Like, I would rather, you just see something and just do it. Like, I don't have to tell you what to do, because
exactly.
You're a man.
You know what you have to do.
Exactly.
So
I don't have to come and be like, you can clearly see that I'm tired. You can clearly see that I've literally just breastfed the kids and everything. I'm physically drained, and you expect me to come and hoover. Come on now.
I'm not like that. I can't lie. I'm more of a structured. With me, my life is structured. Yeah. So before I even enter into a relationship, I like to state what what will I tell you what annoys
to
me,
expect,
what
okay.
exactly. So I always have this conversation as to when it comes to like chores and stuff. I'm not stating that you have to do this, but pick something to do. Like I said, I like to know what I'm doing. If I'm doing bathroom, if I'm doing this, I need to know that this is what I'm doing. So when I get up, I'm just on the go. So I like to have that conversation.
Yeah, but you know something.
I don't wait for the guy to bring it. I usually bring it. We put on the table. I set my standards and you set your standards as well, so we know what it is going forward.
Yeah, but what
because
if
I don't want to wait?
Because you know sometimes certain people are like, okay, because you said you want to do this, so I'm gonna leave it to you. So for example, let's say for example you're pregnant, you give birth, you've taken up the responsibility of the bathroom and everything. You're in labor for like 9 months, you're heavily pregnant.
Yeah.
And if you don't get someone with common sense, they're gonna say, oh, because you said you want to do the bathroom.
That's fine. I don't expect
You're gonna leave the bathroom for 9.
No, I'm not saying I'm gonna leave the bathroom for 9 months, but I like to communicate. So see how we discussed it at the start. I'm not expecting you to all of a sudden realize that things are changing. I will tell you. I will have that conversation. You see that thing of you don't know what people are thinking. So it's best I have that conversation. It's not like I'm demanding you. I'm just making sure that we're both on the same page.
No, you're not getting
so
my
if
point.
I'm 9 months pregnant and I previously had taken the role of cleaning the bathroom, I will have that conversation like, babe, as you can see, like the state that I'm in right now, I can't do this and this and that. Please, you know, we've discussed it. That's all done. That's not me commanding you. And you can't come with, oh, it's not common sense really, because you don't know what people are thinking. So I'm always on the side of have that conversation.
Well, common sense comes inside, but to certain extent, maybe the woman has been cleaning the bathroom always. When I close from work, I'll go to the pub to watch a football match. Every day I go to the pub to watch a football match. When it gets to the time that the lady is pregnant, it won't come to my mind that she's pregnant, so I have to go and help. So it depends. It's up to the lady to tell me, no, please, I'm pregnant. I can't clean the bathroom.
Sometimes it's not about common sense.
So
it's about
common sense comes inside. So common sense 50%, then maybe communication
as well.
So sometimes you have to use your head. No, the woman is pregnant. Let me help her. But sometimes too, you have to communicate. Okay.
Yeah, but like you said, with me, it is common sense. Like it's common sense, but I like things to be clear. So I'll have that conversation.
So let's say 50% common sense and then 50% communication.
With me, it's 80% communication, 20% common sense, because I don't know what you're thinking.
That's fine.
And I'd rather have that conversation.
Okay, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Thank you guys for watching. If you want to see more conversations, comment down your opinions. We really want to know what you guys think. If you agree with any of us, let us know. And please subscribe to the channel, because there is a lot. As you can see, we've got a new setup. It's great. So please subscribe, like, comment, and share the video around. And you'll see more of us and more like other people as well. So come on, subscribe.
Stay tuned for the next.
Thanks for watching.
Podcast. Bye.
Bye. Bye.